Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host, Dennis Simpson, as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village, the award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village, is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007 or find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com.
Dennis Simpson again with Hot Springs Village Inside Out. But you knew that because you listened to the trailer. Nobody skips over the commercials, Clara. Nobody, right?
No way.
Total different group of people. No, they don't do that. Well, Miss Clara, we're here today to talk about some nonprofit events. Give us a story. What's going on?
Absolutely. Well, I think, the weather is gorgeous outside here. And, with our frost warnings last night, we are really getting into what we'll call the holiday season, the end of October, all of November, and all of December. And we are following through with our Village Walk for Cancer Research. We just ended the actual walk on September 24th. So now it's time for our Shredded event. And that is coming up November 5th, right around the corner. That'll be held at the Woodlands in their parking lot. And I love this event. We will start at 9:00 and we will go until the shredded truck is full or
That's noon. A big truck. And that's a big truck.
It's a big truck, but we'll fill this one up. But I love about this particular Shredded event for the Cancer Walk. This is a free event, but we are taking donations to help raise more money for the Cancer Walk. We're still trying to reach that $75,000 goal, and we're getting closer. But this particular event is also an electronic shredding, whether it's your old computer, a big old fan, an old electric lawnmower, anything that you have that is electric operated. The ESO company will actually take that, and they don't just dump it in the landfill. They take it apart and recycle a lot of the parts out of your old computers and printers and laptops and keyboards and mice and TVs and stereos and whatever you can picture that plugs in, that has electricity. They're not looking for anything that has gasoline, oil, or any type of coolant. No refrigerators, please.
Sure.
But they actually bring an entire truck and fill up pallets worth of stuff. So we're taking not only your shredding on site at this particular Shredded event, and we're taking electronics, plug-in type electronics.
Well, let me make a note here for people with a 5-mile out view. A lot of people don't understand. People that live in the village, if you want to take in recycle electronics, you go out the gates and 9 miles down and turn left. And certain hours of the day, Garland County may or may not accept some of your stuff or whatever. This is a fantastic event, and it's just right here in the village at the Woodlands in the big parking lot right there by the pavilion. And that's electronics and paper. And tell me, I know a lot of people, villagers here in the village, we love paper. I like to touch something. I like to, I got my bank statement. I got my, and whereas that is falling off, and I understand check statements and whatever, nobody does that as much as they used to, but it's still, where they want you to save 7 years of those documents. So yeah, you can get rid of everything after 7 years. And yeah, right.
Absolutely. Well, and a lot of folks, I'm included in this. You might have a couple of boxes that you haven't gone through in your garage or your attic or your crawl space in a while. Those types of documents, absolutely bring them on. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this. Let's get rid of them safely. Let's get them shredded. And the unique thing is, as long as they're not in binders, staples can be shredded. Paper clips can be shredded. You don't have to worry about any of those types of things, but they do need to be taken out of binders. They can stay in manila folders and be clasped in. Really an easy thing. And got to talk to talk about this on KVRE earlier. And one of the things that Tracy said, and you don't have to get out of your car. We will take it out of your car for you. If you'll just show up, tell us if it's in your back seat or your trunk or the back of your truck or whatever. We literally have folks there that will physically take them and take care of this for you. So
how sweet. And I want to mention about this real quick. You know, I view it from a little bit different viewpoint because I'm a security guy. You know, I understand the security side. The point is not to shred it to make it easier to compost. The point is to shred it to make it secure so nobody could put all your numbers back together. And how else can you do? I mean, what would be a more secure method of shredding your stuff? And, you know, like you and I, we never have enough for a whole truckload or even for a visit for the shred truck to come by. But to take what, 2-3 boxes, put them in the back of your car, and they're taken out of your car for you and shredded. And you have that peace of mind of knowing that not only did you make things more secure, probably for your children and your heirs, but not only that, this goes for a great cause. Now, as I understand, this is free and it's in the Woodlands parking lot, rain or shine, I see here. Yeah. But it's free, but you can make a donation. Is that right?
Absolutely. We are asking for donations on behalf of the Cancer Walk, but both the shredding company, the Rock Solid Shredding Company, and the folks that are doing the electronics recycling are donating their time and energy and driving here from Little Rock that morning to make this happen for us.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Wow, that is, and this speaks great for the shredded people and the electronics guys. I want to scoot back up here just for a little and go up to the top. I want to do just a tiny recap. But this was the annual walk. Tell us how that went. And I know that's in the past. We're looking at the rearview mirror here a minute, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, and you say it's in the past, it is, but our actual fundraising timeline hasn't ended yet. That will go through to the end of December. But we did have the walk on the last Saturday of September, which was the 24th. And our goal is for this year, $75,000. We had a beautiful day. It was a nice warm day. We had over 450 walkers out there. It was well attended. We had a fantastic silent auction, fantastic few other fundraisers. Clampets was out there. Their brats were a hit. Hot dogs were awesome. We had snow cones this year. We had everything possible to make the walk a success. And it only happens because people show up, and we had plenty of people. But it was a wonderful.
450 people, really?
450 people. It was awesome.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Well, let's take a break here real quick and step to another page. And we had talked about, and you talk about a charity. You'd simply, everyone is happy to fight cancer. Nobody wants to argue about that. That's obviously an issue that it's a big bug, but it needs to be licked. The fine folks at the Jackson House, they do the Lord's work, in my opinion. Don't you think?
Totally.
So let's tell everybody, what do you think what does the Jackson House do? What would they be most suited to help with?
Well, the Jackson House is there for anyone who needs a helping hand. They offer hot meals during the day. They offer grocery services, meaning you can pick up out of their pantry. They also have their own secondhand thrift store to help raise money. They offer a whole plethora of services, but in our situation, we are looking ahead to the holiday season, and we know Christmas is around the corner. And one of the things that the Jackson House does very well is they provide Christmas for over 1,000 families in the Garland County area. And
now, are they associated with the coat drive in any way, or am I confusing with somebody else?
Well, the Jackson House also does coats as well, but when it comes to the Christmas giving, they want to make sure that every child ages 0 through 18 through their high school years has the ability to get a warm coat, a blanket, a book, and toys that are age appropriate. So they make this possible for 1,000 families.
Did you say 1,000?
1,000 families. And what Garland County does expertly is that these families aren't going from one not-for-profit to another. I mean, you're either on the Salvation Army list, or you're on the Jackson House list, or you're on one of the big givers in Hot Springs. So these are folks that this is the only Christmas that they will probably get. And I just love that about the Jackson House and how how this is handled in Hot Springs. So in doing that, we are kicking off our Jackson House drive because they need a lot of things. They're looking for coats. They're looking for the little warm throws, books, toys of all ages, balls, trucks, dolls, action figures, puzzles, games, coloring books, stuffed animals, coats, gloves, hats, anything like that. They will use and put together and actually call in the families. The families sign up to come in as a group, and they will make sure that the coat fits the child, that the toys are age appropriate for the child, and that child has a good Christmas.
I'm sorry, Clara. I really am. I believe somewhere in a book it says, "What you doing to the least of me? What you doing to the least of these?" Excuse me. Back up just a minute, and I want to go. Jackson House didn't start as we've got a bunch of money and we have no needs and da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson House started as basically a women's shelter. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if they're original foundings, but I don't doubt that. It's a big, beautiful house on big, beautiful white house on Malvern Avenue. I don't doubt that. I know they have deep roots in the community.
Yeah, and wonderful people. And I'm what I'm going is that somebody takes the time to size that coat for that child. Somebody takes the time to make sure that's an age appropriate child gift for that child. These things, money doesn't fix it. You have to put your hands in it and work on it. Anyway, I apologize. Don't mean to get emotional. It's just such a wonderful, wonderful cause.
Well, I know at least for me and my husband, we are so blessed. We live in a day and age where if we want something, we go buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't wait for Christmas to happen, but Christmas to us is what can we do? How can we help? And this is something we love to do. And we're making it available. We've got drop boxes here in the office. If anyone would like to help participate, it is a wonderful cause. And we love being a part of it.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they're taking coats. Tracy's taking coats at KVRE at the radio station, 120 DeSoto Center.
122 DeSoto Center Drive.
You might know that address. You might know that address. And then at the corner of Ponce and DeSoto, the big, lovely Remax building right there on the corner. And you can just come in and drop off some donations if you want to.
Absolutely. We have folks that bring in lovely toys or maybe things that they've created, might have some coats or,
oh, wow.
We actually had some woodworkers bring in woodworking toys that they built. Oh. We've had dolls delivered. We had some beautiful ladies who had actually knitted some hats and scarf sets. I mean, and had some things sewn, anything and everything that kind of fits within this. It will be utilized. They are typically, the Jackson House is typically out of stuff by the time Christmas is over and they start gearing up for the next year. So we want to try to help.
And the idea of woodworkers making toys for the kids, grandma's knitting caps for everybody. Once again, that was my analogy. Money's one thing. You got your hands involved and you've spent the last 3 weeks crafting this toy. You care who gets it. It matters.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want that head to stay warm because we're going to have some cold days with us having a freeze warning tonight.
I didn't care for that at all. And I thought this was very uncalled for, because a week ago we had an 85 high. So we need to transition more. So who do we talk to about that, Clara?
And the big guy, Sarah's, I think. But what's interesting? Miss Jane told me today that was the lowest low we've ever had on record.
Was it? I knew they said it. They thought it might set a record, but I didn't know if it did
or
not.
The day. For that day.
Yeah. So it was basically the earliest cold snap we've had
ever.
Well, and in case you're thinking we're struggling by here, it's a beautiful 58 today, and it'll be 75 tomorrow. So God's good.
God is good.
Anything else we wanted to cover, dear?
I do. We're just crazy here. And we got involved in another project about 2 years ago with the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution. And they're doing, it's utilizing shoe boxes, but it's not a shoebox.
Oh, yes. We did some of those last year.
We
Diane and
are
I did.
filling shoe boxes to help jar. They actually take these shoe boxes to veterans nursing homes, veterans that are in other homes that just otherwise probably would never see anyone have anything given to them.
We'll tell them the need. Where did this start from? These shoe boxes don't have gold and diamonds in them. They have the most functional, practical things, right?
Absolutely. We are actually collecting toothbrush, toothpaste, chapstick, black and white socks, sugar-free hard candy, hair combs, nail clippers, puzzle books, a 2023 pocket calendar, ink pens, and small notepads. And this year's a little bit unique because the shoe boxes had been donated prior to this year. Well, apparently we don't have the shoe boxes this year or the right size shoe boxes. So not only are we collecting larger shoe boxes like boots or men's athletic shoes, a larger size box, we're also collecting the items to put in them. And our local Hot Springs Village DAR chapter actually already has items to put in all their boxes. They're going to get some insulated mugs. I think there are gloves and scarves. There are some other things. So not only do we need the larger shoe boxes and we don't have any, we need these other items to add to the boxes. So you can kind of get really creative as to what you put in there. I know we did snacks last year and, like crackers and little Kleenex packages and things like that. Just something to brighten someone's day here at Christmas time. So we're also doing the DAR drive for the shoe boxes as well. So a lot of opportunities here at the holidays for getting ready for Christmas.
So we're not putting iPhone 13s into the boxes. We're putting in socks, and a claw, and a hat, and toothpaste and toothbrushes and practical things that we don't even, Clara, we don't even consider that people need.
We don't even, but we have the ability to make a difference in someone else's life. So I love being a part of this. And if anyone wants to join us with this, or maybe reach out to our local DAR organization and do it directly, maybe another group or organization wants to get involved. I know that our local group is heads and tails above many of the other people doing it in our state. So I like to support them in what they're doing. I think it's a worthwhile adventure and it's kind of fun. That's the fun part of it.
Well, it's wonderful. And if I'm not mistaken, when I think I took 3 or 4 over to a lady over on Ponce last year, but now we can drop them off at the Remax office.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to fill them off and drop them off, you can drop them off here. You can just drop off items to go in there. Let's say you're in the Dollar Tree and you say, oh, I see Kleenex. I'm going to get a couple of multi-packs of Kleenex and drop those off. Or I'm going to get, a couple of 6-packs of chapstick, or, oh, here's some pocket calendars that I found. I think they'll work great. Whatever that might be, that can be added to the box. There really isn't any limitations. We're just trying to make sure that at least the basics are covered.
Yeah. Well, when I dropped off our boxes last year, the lady told me, and it was another emotional moment, when I got the perspective. We interviewed a lady from Alaska yesterday, and wonderful lady from Alaska, recently moved here. And she said, in Alaska, it was, you take what you got and you do with it, because that's all you're going to get. There won't be another boat for 3 months. Okay. That made sense. By the way, she was a purser on a maritime, maritime highway boat, basically big ferry back and forth. And I wanted to connect her with my Coast Guard friend, but anyway, but she was saying that in Alaska, you take what you get and you're happy with it because that's all you got. And she said, in the village, all you have to do is ask, just ask. And there are people more than happy to help you do what if they know there's a need, there's a villager standing there with Kleenex, tissue, toothpaste, you name it. And where I'm going with all that is, she said that when we dropped off those boxes, she said that the Hot Springs chapter, and this is 2 years ago, surprisingly, the Hot Springs chapter put more boxes together than twice of everybody else in the state together.
Absolutely.
That was the stat I had heard. So I don't know if that's what you'd heard or not.
Yes, she told me that as well. And so now she's gone out and challenged the other one. So she's working on making sure that she holds up her end of the bargain.
So if you just happen to have 20 toothbrushes and you want to drop them by Remax and put, and I'm not being funny, but people, I'm really not. I mean,
yeah,
it's a worthwhile cause, and it's the Lord's work again, if you get my point.
absolutely. And perfect time. Let's get us ready for those wonderful Thanksgivings and Christmas that we're getting ready to take part in.
And I've always told people, and Halloween, I'm always right about the time that we have Thanksgiving, which is my favorite holiday of all. I'm like, I'm in the mood for Halloween now. So about January the 1st, I'm like, this Christmas, this will be, I just don't, maybe I don't plan ahead that much, but yeah, you're right. We're beginning the holiday season.
Oh, absolutely. It's proofs in the pudding. Go to Walmart.
What did somebody tell me? And we talked last time we talked like this. We were talking about the meme of the old couple going through on the boat, and why you travel when you're young and they're both passed out sleeping. Well, this meme was the guy walked into a Walmart, and it was Happy Halloween, Giving Fest, Thanks Christmas, New Year's, because they're all on the shelf at the same time this week,
Yeah, be careful if you want a bathing suit in July, because they won't be. Just always working ahead to that next season.
About the time that I think I need a floaty, they're sold out for the season. I need to move. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to think ahead as 3 months or 6 months ahead of schedule.
I should be on Eastern Calendar time.
You should be. We need to create that for you.
Clara, as always, it's a delight. Thanks so much for being with us. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Miss Clara Nicolosi telling us about the great ways you can contribute this year. Don't be afraid to reach out. 501-922-3777. 3777 501-922-3777.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a podcast where Hot Springs Village, Arkansas is the star. Please subscribe to the podcast. You can do that by visiting our website, hsvinsideout.com, and tell a friend.